Once upon a time, there was a small town that was surrounded by dense forests. The townspeople knew to stay away from the woods at night, for they had heard countless stories of strange things happening there after sunset. But there was one brave man who decided he wanted to test the legends for himself. The man was named John, and he was known throughout the town as a bit of a troublemaker. He boasted that he wasn't afraid of anything, and that he would explore every inch of the forest without fear. One evening, he set off into the woods with a lantern and a sense of adventure. At first, everything seemed normal. The moon shone on the trees, casting intricate shadows on the forest floor. But as John ventured deeper into the woods, he began to hear whispers. It sounded like someone was following him, but every time he turned around, he saw nothing but trees. Suddenly, John heard a scream, a bone-chilling scream that made his blood run cold. He ran towards the sound and found a clearing, and there in the center was a circle of stones. At first, he thought it was just a coincidence, but then he saw that something was etched into the surface of the rocks, a symbol that he couldn't quite recognize. John heard shuffling and movement from around him, and then something started circling around him. It was too dark to see, but John could hear its breathing, growing louder and louder. It seemed to be getting closer to him. Terrified, John tried to run, but his legs wouldn't move. The thing continued to circle him, and John could feel its breath on his neck. He realized then that he had made a terrible mistake in going into the forest alone. Suddenly, something grabbed him from behind, and he felt a cold hand on his neck. He screamed and screamed, but no one came to save him. It was like he was deep in the forest, and nobody could hear him. The next morning, the townspeople found John's lantern and a few scraps of torn clothing scattered in the woods. They searched for days, but never found a trace of him. From that day on, no one ever ventured into the woods at night again, for fear of what might lurk in the darkness.